All right, I'm going to show you guys how to save some money here. There are a lot of things that you're going to want to buy brand new from like a Mopar distributor, and you'll just shop around for the cheapest rate. Harnesses, different modules, electrical components, probably want to get those brand new. But there are a lot of things that you can get used. I bought my side mirrors, my trailer tow mirrors from junkyards. I've bought a lot of parts from junkyards that were, I would say, in brand new condition. Pretty good, pretty nice condition for super cheap. If you price around, I've got here pulled up headlamps. If you wanted to upgrade your high beams, your headlamps to the projectors, you could pay thousands. Yeah, if you were to do that brand new. Here's a junkyard. Look at this, $100. I'll show you where I'm at. And this is how you can, instead of calling around all your local junkyards, this is called car-part.com. Put in the year that you're looking at, put in your model, select the part. I recently just was shopping around for a new speedometer. Some of the junkyards are going to index these under cluster, so you could also see cluster. Most of them are going to be under speedometer. So if you want to upgrade your speedo to the 7-inch, I've got a big horn. Now, if you go to the 7-inch, whatever it is, when you turn this thing on, it's going to display what it is. So if I got the Lermain here, it's going to display that. The Outdoorsman, the Rebel, it'll say that on there. I've got the big horns and I've got the 5.7, so I'll select that. Oh, wait a second, don't select that. You see what that says right there? kph. Those are kilometers. We don't want our speedometer in kilometers. We want to scroll down here to the miles per hour. Same thing, should be the big horn right there. So miles per hour, 120. It goes up to that's the speedo. I got a big horn, 7-inch display. Search. Now, if you go online, you can see these things listed for $800-900. And as you can see right here, there's 300. There's 195 right there. That could potentially be, yeah, that's 400. We don't want to pay 400. You can get these for around 250. Here's one for 200. Couple things to note here when you're on this site. Distance by mile over here. So you can search for different years, 14, 15, 16, 17. They'll all work interchangeably. If you have any of those years vehicle, you can search. So this, I put in 16. You can go back and change that to 15, go back and change that to 17. When you start searching for 13 though, and you've got like a 14 or 15, 16, 17, if you have the tire sensors, it's not going to work. It's not going to be compatible. So try to get at least, if you have a 13, get a 13. If you have 14, 15, or 16 trucks, 17 truck, get at least a 14 to 17. But as you can see here, here's 175. If it's out of your travel range for you to go check it out and drive over there and pick it up, you can call them. Here's their website. Here's their phone number. You can talk to them, and they can ship it to you. The part grade is going to be here. You're looking for A. A is in excellent shape. That's what you want. You don't really want a B. And if it's a B, call them and see, why is it a B? Like, is it something I can live with? Once you found the part, make sure it's the right one. In this case, I found that I found a really good deal. Like, I found one that was for $190. I think he was asking $200, and I said I wanted $200 out the door. So he made it $190. So after tax, it'd be $200. Went there to pick it up. It was not the right one. It wasn't the 7-inch. It was the 3.5-inch. So I found another one, and I went there to pick that one up. Again, it was the 3.5-inch. So I called another one, and I asked the guy. He said, "Yep, I got it." And I said, "All right, now you guys are too far for me to drive. I need to have this thing mailed. I don't want to deal with that. Does this thing have 6 gauges?" That's what you're looking for if you want the premium cluster. The 3.5-inch only has the 2 big gauges, and it's got the 2 small gauges nested in here. the premium cluster is what you want. You want 6 gauges on here. And he said, no, I only see 4 gauges. I said, that's been indexed wrong. That's not the right one. I don't need that one. He didn't have what I needed. So this is what you're going to ask them on the phone before, especially if you're going to pay to have it shipped. I did find one, and hopefully it's what I want. Okay, so this is the one that I ordered. I called and talked to the guy. He said it definitely had 6 gauges. It was going to cost me $20 to ship. I didn't want to pay that if it were the wrong one. He did have a picture of it. And that's, from the pictures, that's the one that I wanted. I just want to make sure the wrong picture was an index. Sometimes that does happen. So I double, triple, quadruple checked to make sure it was definitely the right one. He said it was. So we'll see when it gets here. What, buddy? Emptied the paper shredder in here. Alright. That's one way to get rid of that stuff, huh? Okay. Oh yeah, that's the one. 4 times the charm. Finally got the right one here. Yeah, that's the one. 4 gauges. All right, let's see if it works. I believe this came off of 2016 Bighorn. So when it lights up, we should see Bighorn flashed on the screen there. We'll find out when we get it plugged in. Let's put her in. All right, to do this job, we're gonna need Torx T20. And what this is, let me see if you can see this. I'm holding this the right way. I'm not sure what you'd call this. And I don't know the name brand. It used to have a longer piece and extension that I broke on it. But these screws here are a little tight to get to. So this is the tool that we're gonna be using. Take those off. Lower this down. Alright. There we go. That's all 4 of them. I got a magnetic dish here to hold my screws. This is just gonna pop out of here. Comes out of there. And then the next thing we're gonna need is a 7mm. It's gonna go there. Take this thing back off. Okay, so before I do this though, there's only one harness in here. Before I actually take this off, I do need to record my miles, idle hours, and driving hours. I haven't done that yet. So I'll pull that guy off. So let's do that. I don't know if you can see this. Pull this out here. Cord's not long enough. But we're gonna scroll over and go down to should be fuel economy, vehicle info. That's what we want. We want the vehicle info. Oil, battery, gauges, engine hours. That's what we need right there. So I need to write that down. says information. I have to unplug this guy. To unplug it, there's just a little clip here. Ooh. Man, it's hard to get out of there. Alright, there we go. This can't come down. Oh, that's why. There we go. Alright. Let's plug you in. This is gonna get plugged in. Just like that. One plug. Click. What's going on here? Alright. There we go. So that's gonna go right back on there. My 7mm screws. Gonna go back in here. I don't know. Where's my keys? Alright, let's slide it up. Key in the action. I don't know if this has a theme to it. Bighorn, there it is. That's cool. I don't know if you caught that. There it is. That's cool. Okay, so what we need to do, how many miles are on this thing? Wow, this thing got wrecked. 31,000. All right, so we got to fix these miles. That's the fuel economy, so. Trailer brake. For left, yeah. So I can move all these things around. I can put the compass in the upper left or none. Outside temp, you can rearrange all that stuff. That's cool. Alright, so you're going to head over to the Bluetooth icon. You're going to click on the OBD link, MX, and connect to it. Right now mine's saying connecting, and it's not going to connect because I'm nowhere near the OBD to plug, and I'm not even sure it's plugged in. So you definitely want to make sure you click on your vehicle RAM. I got a 1500. You're going to go to instrument panel, and I've got a 2015, so I'm selecting 13 to 17 in the power net, and then you're going to click connect, and you'll see it says connection status, connecting to interface, which it will not be able to. But when that says connected, you're going to click the little car picture down here on the bottom with the hood up. The procedure to start, you could start with the VIN, right? And you're going to put in your VIN, and you're going to select the cluster that you have. If you're like me, you just put in the 7-inch, you'll select 7-inch, you put in your VIN, and then you'll hit start. After hitting start, it'll tell you to turn your key off, turn it back on, wait for the instrument panel to do its thing. When it's done flashing all its lights, there'll be a start button on here that you'll hit start. And once it's started, your instrument panel will shut off, turn back on a couple times, and then it'll say it's completed. At that time, you'll disconnect from the AlfaOBD, take the key out, open the door, and wait 3 to 5 minutes. Then you'll come back in here, connect everything again, and we're going to go to odometer correction. This is where we're going to put the miles, and you're going to do the exact same thing. Select premium cluster 7-inch, put the miles that you recorded off your old speedometer, and it's going to have you turn the key off, turn the key on, wait for it to get done flashing, hit start. The directions will appear on here. I use my phone for recording, so I wasn't able to record my phone with my phone. So it's very easy to walk through, and if you need a visual, there are other videos online that you can actually see this happen in real time, but very easy to use. The next thing you're going to do is go to, I backed all the way out, procedure to start. We got the odometer correction, we got the VIN. You're going to go to program customer features. Now, there's two things that we need to put in here. We need to put the lifetime idle hours. Now, the lifetime idle hours are going to be a combination of your drive hours and... No, I'm sorry. That's going to be just your idle hours. The lifetime engine hours, that's going to be a combination of your driving hours and idle hours. You're going to add those together, and that's where you'll put the lifetime engine hours. So there's not really a spot for drive time. It's only going to ask for the lifetime idle hours and the lifetime engine hours. It will automatically figure out the math and tell you the other time once you put those two in. But it's the same way. You'll enter the time, you'll hit start. It'll tell you to turn the key off, turn the key back on, wait for the lights to go through their thing on the cluster, hit start procedure on the app. It'll run through, your cluster will blink on and off, it'll say procedure completed, shut it off, wait 5 minutes. All right, afterthoughts. I think it is awesome. I can see all my gauges. This section in here, in the corners, those are customizable. You can make them say whatever you want. I don't have to try to scroll back through a small little screen to see whatever it is that I need to see. If you do have a nav radio,
in 1,000 feet, turn right onto Masonic Boulevard.
3.5-inch screen will display this, but not this big and not this nice, the full color. So that's pretty awesome. One thing I had a problem with is as soon as I plug this in, these 7-inch clusters, they are a little more finicky with sensors and stuff. I had LED taillights and never had an issue with before, and I always read online, people saying that they had error messages or they had to plug in resistors, and I bought this truck used. I don't even know if the LED taillights that I have are aftermarket or not, but never had an issue until I plugged this thing in and it said I had a parking light out as soon as I plugged it in. Every time I step on the brake, it starts beeping, this message displays. I can't see my speed, I can't see my navigation if I've got that on, saying I have a parking light out. I checked all the lights, I don't have a parking light out. I thought about buying some resistors, I thought about replacing the taillights, and then went into AlfaOBD. There is a setting called LED taillights present. I clicked yes and started it up, and lo and behold, no more error messages, so that fixed it. So if you do have any LED anything, license plate bulbs, the headlights, the taillights, turn signals, there is a section in AlfaOBD to make those present, and you won't have your error messages anymore. So yeah, afterthoughts, I love it. I think it was a great investment. Should have done it sooner. Stay tuned to the next video.